I'm Joe Jumalan. Hi, I'm Joe Jumalan. Found out about this event on Facebook. Right now I feel fortunate that we were founded as a republic and not a democracy, because 51% is never always just, as we saw, you know, or reasonable, like the judge or the people across the street. You know, we have rights as individuals, we have freedoms. And there's a segment of our population, sadly, that are voting those freedoms away, and it's a slow progression. I find it amazing they call themselves progressives when really they're regressing back towards what the founders fought against. So just looking at everything, anybody here can go on YouTube and they can look at the Portland Black Lives Matters movement, and they can see that they are truly Second Amendment supporters. They support your right of self-preservation, to the point where they were actually asking and telling their followers at the Portland Black Lives Matter movement march, if a cop gets in your way, you can shoot a cop, you can run a cop over. It's all on YouTube, it's all documented there. I have yet to hear about any of these people who threaten the lives of our police officers going to jail or being arrested. So I'm so outraged that, you know, Portland has become this haven for, you know, well, we're only going to enforce the laws that, you know, we see fit, and we're gonna favor a segment of population whether they break the laws or not. $5 million in damage to the city, and if you speak out against it, well, you're a bigot. You're a right-wing bigot because you believe in rule of law. So, you know, anyway, I'm just thank you for letting me vent, and I appreciate you all coming down here and supporting this, and it is going to impact us all. So we need to do something about it now before it gets worse.
Hello, I'm not used to this either. I just wanted to come out and say, reiterate what we've been talking about here. I'm from Oregon. I lived in Eastern Oregon as a kid. I live right here in Portland, on the outskirts of Southwest Portland right now. And what we've discovered in the last couple of years between Leroy out in Eastern Oregon, we can't, you know, most of us are conservatives. We want to support our police, support our justice system, but we can't do that fully right now, and you have to be willing to say, the Portland police will not protect you if you're a conservative and you're using your free speech downtown. You have to be able to say that. That doesn't mean you hate the police. It means it's a fact, and you have to put them on notice that we expect the same kind of protection that these animals across the street or those among them get when they're marching down this street the day after an election. I was here at the riot. I was waving a flag. I was handing out constitutions. You know, the police, you know, they have to follow orders and everything else, but they need to protect us the same way they protected those snowflake rioters that day. They were under protection walking down the street. They were told which way to go. They were allowed to go on the freeways under protection and close them down. We couldn't even get protection from Mike Strickland for a second in front of the law enforcement activity. The Injustice Center, perfect name. And all of those people on the left across there, they should understand that too. People are railroaded on both sides. I'm not even, you know, I'm left, right. I lean right. I'm a libertarian, really. Not as much, I'm a Republican. I'm a PCP in Washington County also. But my loyalty is to the Constitution. Like all of you here, out close up here, is to the Constitution. So what's that mean? That means rule of law. Well, we expect our rights to be defended by those with the power. I forget her name. She was the blog host.
Tammy Jackson.
Tamara. She said it best when, yeah, I'm a little flustered here, I'm not used to this, but she said it best when we have to, we're under a rule of law, but we also have to understand that they don't have rights. The government doesn't have rights, they have power.
Yeah, that's right.
We have to understand we have rights, and we can't let them think that we have rights. When most of us, we hear states' rights, stop it. We want the states to have the power that they were given under the Constitution. The state has no rights. You, me, even them, they have rights. The state has no rights, just the power is given to them in the Constitution. So, anyway, remember we have to keep Portland City Hall, our state government. You can't trust the state police to do anything but shoot you. In the Portland Police Department, I've had a great passed for them. I was a teenager here up. I haven't had any problems with them, but they're not protecting our free speech, and we should demand it. Thank you.
Everybody else out here that would like to say their piece? Go ahead. You're welcome. Here, I can hold that for you.
Hey, my name is Steve. I went to PSU where I met Mike when he was doing his journalism thing. I was a member of the Students for Concealed Carry, so I just want to take a few seconds to explain what he really meant to me as a friend, still does. Just the voice for the voiceless, you know, just like this last guy talked about. You know, our voice gets suppressed, people don't care what we have to say, we just get shut down, and then people ignore how crazy other people are. And, you know, I put on a free CHL class, we did a few marches, a few just events in the park blocks. He was there to record stuff. And, you know, when stuff goes down, the raw evidence, that's what we really need. Please support his YouTube channel, support him on the OFF. And thank you for coming here.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay. Anybody else that would like to speak? Faith? I'll hold your...
He's the reason why we're here, so I'm going to hold this and talk. I don't normally do this, I don't speak out in public, but this has got me all fired up. There are certain issues, people, we need to be all fired up about. Why do we wait until we're at the bottom of the barrel? America is turning into the bottom of the barrel. Thank goodness we finally got a president that might speak for us in the House, but is he going to last another 8 years in the House if we do nothing? Our country is the shape it's in because we've done nothing, people. We've done nothing. Do you care about yourselves? This is not about Mike, this is about each and every one of us. We can all end up in jail along with him. What's to stop them from coming on here and arresting all of us, and we all spend the next 50 years in jail? I'll tell you what, I'm going to continue until the day I die to stand up for my Second Amendment rights. It's the Second Amendment. There's a reason why it was the Second Amendment. It's second place because it's important, people. Stand up for yourselves. Or we should just go hide behind closed doors like we have been. Enough is enough. Mike was just an ordinary person like every one of us. Defending his rights, defending himself. He should not be going to jail. This is an innocent man who could be going to jail. Innocent. There's criminals all around this city, day in and day out, gang members, killing people that are not going to jail. Mike didn't kill anybody. Wake up. Spread the word. Do something. Get off your butts.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Are you going to introduce the dogs, too? Those are
My
on
name
map.
is Kurt Schultz. I live in Gresham. This is Glacier and Lakota. My comment, I guess, would be, what can we as citizens do? And I guess the question is, the judge that convicted Mike Strickland, who is he? Can we recall him? What about some of the other people involved in his conviction and arrest? What recourse do we have to hold them accountable? That is really my question for us.
District attorney as well, right?
District attorney as well.
Yeah, he's elected too.
These folks need to be recalled. Thank you.
You know, I figured I would probably be the last person to get up here because I'm kind of angry about this situation, more than a little, because I live in the city of Portland, and I have been assaulted in this city personally, me, a blind guy with cancer, assaulted in this city. I've lost count. It's been 4 times since October. One was a group of about a dozen people who were threatening that they were going to kill me. He's one of them. Why did Mike Strickland draw a gun? Because he thought they were going to kill him. In fact, they kind of got up on the stand and said that their intention was to take him out. So, the one thing I haven't heard anybody get up here and say is that you are Mike Strickland now. People have come up here and said he's going to jail. Mike Strickland is going to jail. He has been convicted. He has been convicted for supposedly violating the law. He did not violate the law. He defended himself against a bunch of violent, thuggish, rioting trash. You are Mike Strickland now. Pick up your phone, turn on the camera, and start recording this shit. Because that's what it is. They are afraid of your camera. Use it. You have a phone. If you have bought a phone in the past 10 years, you have a camera. Use it. You need to record what they are doing. You need to get it out there. Because Mike Strickland cannot do it anymore. They think they got rid of him. You need to show them that they have created something far, far worse than Mike Strickland. Mike Strickland was one guy who used to hold his phone kind of like this, and people said, well, you know, that's maybe kind of underhanded. He stopped doing that. He started wearing it right here on his chest so you could see it, and nobody could say he was doing anything underhanded. You need to do that. You need to make sure that they cannot do anything like that again. You need to make sure that it is caught on film. Stream live. Make sure that when one of their little thugs decides that he's going to try and break your arm, knock you to the ground, steal your camera, and try and destroy it so that you can't have the evidence that he broke the law, that he doesn't get away with it. You need to make sure that when the DA of Portland, the same DA who prosecuted Mike to the fullest extent of the law and beyond it, let that man go who attacked Mike. He dropped the fucking charges. He dropped the charges. Just like he dropped all the charges against the rioting filth. Right. Portland does not defend its people. No. You need to defend yourself. Get a gun, take the training, get the permit before Pink Floyd says you can't anymore. Get your permit, start carrying, be prepared to defend yourself, and when you need to, do it. You'll go to prison. I'm sorry. That's just the way, but you'll be alive.
You'll be alive.
But you know what? Don't reach for your gun. Reach for your camera. Reach for your camera, because that is the real weapon. The real weapon is your camera. And yes, you did just hear a blind guy tell you to go and get a gun and learn how to use it. That's right. In fact, I'll teach you how to do it. I'll teach you how to shoot. Then you can say you learned from a blind guy. I'll also teach you how to use your camera. Because that's the thing that's really going to scare the shit out of them. And they deserve it. They deserve to be afraid. It's time that the people of Portland stop being afraid because the police can't or won't protect us, and the DA is working with the fucking rioters. That's all I gotta say.
There you go.
I'm Joseph Carter. People call me the Blind Gunner.
The Blind Gunner.
Well, anybody want to follow that? Okay. Well, you know, in conclusion, I'd like to thank my guest speakers. Jane Carroll, Tamara Cochran-Jackson, Dan Sandini. You're all my special friends, and I knew I could count on you. And you know, we appreciate you coming and giving your time and expertise. and voice to all of us. Really do. I would also like to thank Mark Smith, gentleman over here with the Jesus Christ veteran, for providing our sound system.
Excellent sound system. Thank you.
Mark reached out to me when he found out about the event, and he graciously donated all his work and his equipment to come down here because he believes in Mike. So please give him a round. I'd like to thank my fellow Multnomah County Republicans, Bill Guthridge, who gave us our wonderful prayer earlier over by the truck there, and Cheryl Ellis Bowen, who's trying to steal the event from me. They brought the flags, and I'd also like to thank my friend Mark Callahan for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I knew I could count on Mark. But most of all, I want to thank all of you. Given the current political and social climate, we seem to be witnessing the worst of humanity.
Right.
Hatred, bigotry, fear-mongering, you name it. But you're the best of us, and I really appreciate you guys coming down here. Incidentally, I'm filming this for my YouTube channel, YouTube/Leo Stratton, and I have business cards should you want to see them. I have back here a frame that I would love for people to come up and sign for Mike. It's a little gift I'd like to give him. And then maybe place a picture, a group picture taken by Cheryl of all of us, because he was not allowed to come down here to see this today. And I want him to have this on his wall framed so he can see all of the individuals that care about him and came down and defended him in the face of all of these other situations going on around us. Finally, regardless of your faith, pray for Mike. In closing, I'm going to steal a popular phrase that you've all heard, and that goes, God bless Mike, God bless all of you, and God bless America. Thank you for coming, and like I said, if you could all maybe come up here so we could get a picture of all of you for Mike, and then I will bring the frame to sign. I'd really appreciate it. Just want to sign it or write a little something for him. I think he'd really enjoy that.
Can we kind of far away? Yeah, got
They say free Mike Strickland.
All right, everybody, free Mike Strickland.
Free Mike Strickland.